What is happening, guys? It's Thursday night, and tonight we got a special guest. We got Logan from Reef Breeders, and one of the things on osachoice.com this past, 4th of July, we had a big sale. Anyone that joined us on there, we had a massive Reef Breeders Coral Box sale, and one of the hottest items is the new Coral Box return pumps. It was one of the top items that was sold that entire week. So I thought it'd be awesome to bring Logan on in and talk about what's going on with the new pumps.
Yeah, so the latest pump from the Coral Box line is called the DCA return pump. The DCA pumps, every size 4,000 and above, is actually Apex compatible right out of the box. That means it's a direct plug-in. You plug it into your VDM, and it actually comes with a cable that you can use to hook up to two pumps, since the VDM Ethernet output actually has two different outputs. So an example of that plug, I've got one right here.
Yeah.
So you see it's got Ethernet on one end, and then it has like a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the other end there. And that plugs right into the controller that pairs with every one of these pumps. So that makes it Apex ready right out of the box. No extra hardware setup required. But in addition to being Apex ready, there's a whole other suite of new features involved. So even without the Apex, you can actually run this in different wave modes. So if you use a certain button combination, I believe it's pressing these two at the same time, that actually activates the wave mode. It also has a 10-minute, 30-minute, and 50-minute feed time. It has several alarm functions built in. One of the chief functions here is actually a float switch that's actually included with every one of the DCA pumps.
Why do we want this float switch?
So basically, you can use it in one of two ways, right? So you can use it if the water in your display is too high, it'll actually cut off the pump. Or if the water in your return pump chamber is actually too low, it'll cut off the pump. And it's a float switch, so it's actually reversible. You actually just pop off the end right here, and then you can actually flip the float switch over to change.
Really?
So this actually comes right off.
So you can pull that apart every time?
Yeah. So that's just to reverse it. So if you want to use it with a different mounting system, so that if it goes up here, it shuts off, you could actually have it do the opposite as well. So if it goes down here, it shuts off. You're basically just reversing the switch. There's a little magnet in there that activates it. And then here's the pump itself. So it is DC powered, and this is the 6,000 model here. These use about 40 watts if you run them at full power. They're very compact pumps.
Now, how many gallons are we saying? We're on a 6,000. What are you saying, a 6,000? What size tank?
Yeah, so this is a 6,000 liter an hour pump. It's about 1,500 gallons per hour. So we're looking at somewhere in the 90 to 100 gallon range maximum, and as low as about the 60 to 75 gallon range. They are adjustable. They go as low as about 10% power. It also comes with noise dampening feet. This whole base here is actually removable as well.
Now, this can be used external and internal, correct?
It can, yeah. So the threads on here actually do work with some standard PVC. They are in metric, but they actually are a pretty close fit. So I believe these are 1 1/4 inch threaded fittings here on both the input and the output. If you want to use it internally, it does include a cover for this.
That's all right. You can use the cover too. One of the things we'll also use for the field too is why don't you put an elbow on these as well? See if you're trying to grab.
They're pretty rugged. No cracks, scrapes, nothing. And there you have it.
See it right on there.
And it includes a variety of barb fittings as well. So included in here is enough for the output and the input. So you have sizes ranging from 1/2 inch all the way up to 1 inch barb fittings. So you have a variety of fittings that just go right on there.
Yeah, these work out pretty well, especially anyone that's got a Coral Box tank. That these hook up really well, right, too, especially for that soft tubing part. You can also go to hard PVC as well. That's what we do in the field or anything like that. We'll actually sometimes not even use these. We'll actually put an elbow down, bring it down to the water, so you can see right here. We'll bring an elbow down, and then we'll hard plumb from here to a ball valve as I drop it again. Now, what's the difference between as we get into these? Are we seeing different sizes, especially this being Apex ready? Are these going to hook up to any Apex? What sizes will we be able to see at the Apexes?
So anything 4,000 and above. So the DCA 4,000, 6,000, 9,000, and 12,000 are currently all Apex compatible right out of the box. We're working on Apex compatibility with the 3,000s. The 2000s will probably follow after that. For the time being, though, the 3000s and the 2000s do require our Aqualink A1 adapter, which basically just replaces the default controller. You plug it right into your VDM. It actually functions through the VDM Ethernet jack. So if your Apex doesn't have a VDM, then you need to plug it in. I think some of the newer ones don't have the VDM already on them. So you might need that module, but in most cases, I mean, especially like the older Apexes all have those VDM ports. So it's just a simple, plug and done kind of operation. And one VDM will actually power 2 pumps because it does split it into 2 connectors for these controllers.
Now, there's a lot of pumps out there. Why would I choose this one?
So, I mean, it's been very reliable, and the DCA is a pretty rugged pump. Since we upgraded from the DCT to the DCS, we've seen a huge improvement in reliability. So you see, like, these have, like, the gray case on them. The original DC pumps had the blue case, and we had a pretty high level of motor failure on them. So what we've done is we actually updated the controller. The controller manages the power inside the controller before it actually gets to the pump. So you'll notice that these actually have a specific wattage number on them. There's specific controllers for specific size pumps. They have smarter software on board that regulates the voltage so that the motor block lasts significantly longer. And that's given these a much, much better track record versus the older blue DC pumps. In addition to that, they're actually sine wave powered pumps. So that makes them super, super quiet. I mean, most of the high-end pumps that you're going to see out there use very similar sine wave technology, and that's in a pump in this kind of dollar range, having that sine wave is a huge plus. It makes it very, very quiet.
Yeah, I love how you can adjust the flow, control. It's got the feed mode. The other thing is too, I don't know if you guys out there so sometimes I'll run like a manifold and we're running multiple things on the aquarium. See if I'm running, I want to run a chiller, if I want to run this. What am I looking for a pump? Are we switching pumps? Are we doing different sizes? What are we looking at?
Well, the best thing with these pumps is that they're fully adjustable. So if you buy a little bit more than what you need for your tank, you can easily turn it down. So if you had like a 75-gallon tank and you know that the 6,000 would just about cover it, but you're like, hey, down the road, I want to add a UV sterilizer, I want to add a couple of reactors, maybe an external protein skimmer, then you could bump that up to the 9,000 or the 12,000. And without using any additional valves to tone it back, since the DC powered pump is fully controlled, you can just ramp it down. And then these also have a slow startup function like most DC pumps do. That actually means that when they come out of feed mode, they don't just turn right on and kind of splash water everywhere. They actually ramp up nice and slowly over about 30-second to 1 minute period.
Yeah, no, it's true. I totally about that, especially like just do the feed mode. It comes back on in 10 minutes. The other thing is, what are we looking at for price?
So I believe the largest one, the DCA 12,000, retails around 170. This one right here, the DCA 6,000, is at about 129.
Yep, it should be right on there.
120, 129.
We have all these available on osachoice.com. You guys get things as we also have them here at the retail store. But a lot of them are available on osachoice.com. And the cool part with them is you get free shipping.
That's right, free shipping and USA warranty on anything that's bought through Reef Breeders or one of our online or physical store partners like osachoice.com. So if you're buying through them, you're getting it through the Reef Breeders distribution system, and you get our warranty.
That's the best part. I love that warranty, especially when it comes to like service clients and just for us in general. It's good peace of mind. That's one of my favorite things with Reef Breeders is having that customer service. Logan, anything else you want to talk about on the new Coral Box pumps?
I think that we covered
all right, I just want to make sure. I want to show you guys this last, like I said, the 4th of July sale. The Coral Box 9000 was the most popular item on, and I was so surprised, especially being the new pump, the new DCA, and everything that's going on, especially being Apex ready. So many people want that because Apex is becoming such like that. I feel like soon will be a standard. Like everyone will have an Apex on their system. Like everyone having a computer, that would be definitely it. So having that available. So I gotta say, it is pretty awesome to be able to get that, and then the price for what you're getting. That's why I call it OSA Choice. It's a good choice product for what you're paying for what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? We try to give you what we think is the good, the great, and what's the best. And that's what we're coming down to. Anything else at all, boss?
Yeah, so I mean, one thing I just thought of. I mean, some of these are actually used for our protein skimmers as well. The Cloud C9, for example, uses the DCS 4000. The D700 Plus is actually now using the DCA 3000. So it's basically just taking these pumps and putting a needle wheel impeller in them, and it makes them a fully functional skimmer pump, and that float switch is actually super handy, especially with skimmers, because you can actually put this in the skimmer collection cup. So that's what, that's some of the technology not only behind our return pumps, but also behind our skimmer pumps that makes these so easy to use and so feature rich.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. All righty, guys. That's Logan from Reef Breeders. I wanted to talk about the new Coral Box pumps. We're letting you guys go tonight. Anything else you want to say at all?
Keep on reefing.
Woo! Keep on reefing, baby. Thanks, guys, for joining us. We appreciate it. You can find everything on osachoice.com. I'll see you guys later.